today's video, I'm going to quickly take you through some things that I incorporate into my home decor that make my fairly modern house slightly cozier. I got a request to do this video a couple of videos ago, and I thought that it was a really good idea because a lot of the times people think that they cannot make their modern home cozy or inviting, and that couldn't be further from the truth. You can definitely have a mid-century modern style or a more sleek modern style and incorporate things into your decor to make your house more inviting and more cozy. So if you're interested, just keep watching. Now for the first tip, I didn't necessarily have to incorporate this that much into my decor because it's all over my house. If you guys didn't know, I do not have an attic, so my entire roof is exposed and it's made out of wood, as well as my loft, and I just have wood everywhere in my house. But if you don't have that, you can definitely incorporate it into your decor, and this is probably the key to making things look a lot cozier. You can use a tray on your coffee table, or you can do a wood coffee table or a wood sofa table or a side table for your sofa. Literally anything, as long as you're not overdoing it. Now keep in mind that these are my opinions. If you really like wood and you want to incorporate it everywhere in your house, that's totally up to you. But personally, I think that you should stick to just a couple of things in each room that are made out of wood, primarily furniture, if you like wooden furniture. Next are throws. I 100% absolutely love throws. I have one on my sofa, and I currently have one just sitting in my basket for whenever I feel like covering myself when we're watching movies and stuff. I just take it out of that basket. But meanwhile, I like the way that it looks just thrown in the basket. I think that it makes things feel cozier and not so perfect or put together. It's just, in my opinion, a lot more inviting. And you can just incorporate throws anywhere. I really want one for my bed. I just haven't found the perfect one yet. Next, if you guys know me, you know that I was probably going to include warm colored prints or art in this video. So just make sure that somewhere in the room you have a warm colored print or art piece, and I feel like it just really adds the perfect touch to either your walls, or you can lean them on your nightstand or your desk or wherever you want. It just adds warmth to your room, especially if you have light colored or white walls or very light furniture. Next, another no-brainer for me is vintage furniture or vintage pieces of decor. I really love shopping for vintage furniture. Number one, because it makes your home more unique. Not everybody is going to have that certain piece of vintage furniture that you have, so it's special to you. But aside from that, I feel like it really takes mid-century modern furniture and kicks it up a notch and makes it cozier. If you guys have seen my desk, which I will link my desk tour, you know that I have a vintage chair. Like this, you can incorporate whatever chair you want. I also have a Seska, I believe that's what they're called, chair in my desk. So it makes my mid-century modern desk look more charming and more inviting, because I don't have a mid-century desk with a super modern chair. And it doesn't have to be chairs, it can literally be anything. You can add vintage artwork, a vintage mirror somewhere with like the gold antique frame around the mirror. Absolutely love it. This next thing, I'm sure that 100% of you already have in your home or in your room or your dorm or wherever it is that you're trying to get a cozier feel. It is candles, and I cannot be without candles in my house. I burn them almost every single day. I honestly think that there's nothing cozier than a lit candle in any room of your house. You can add in the longer candles with the candle holders. I have this on my sofa table, and I'm honestly going to incorporate it in every room of my house because I cannot get enough of it. Now, I don't necessarily burn these candles. This is more for look, and because I think it adds more charm and more of an antique touch to my modern furniture. But I've mentioned before that I like to burn these candles a little bit so that the wax drips. Next, I have greenery, and I'm not sure if plants add a cozier touch to your house, but it definitely makes any space in your house more inviting. I don't know why, it just does in my opinion. My living room looks so plain when I take out my corner monstera plants. I believe that's how they're pronounced. It's honestly night and day when I remove all of the plants in certain areas of my house. The room just feels so empty and so uninviting. So plants are 100% a need for me. Next are rugs. In my opinion, a room is not completed unless you have some kind of rug in there. I just feel like rugs add that finishing touch. I'm currently looking for one for my room. I don't feel like my room would be finished if I didn't add some kind of rug underneath my bed, or at least in front of my bed. And I currently have one in my living room, and honestly it just wouldn't look the same. It wouldn't look as inviting or as cozy if I didn't have a rug. So I definitely recommend rugs. I love natural fiber rugs, which is currently the one that I have in my living room. I got this one from IKEA, but I also love vintage rugs. I have one in my kitchen. Of course, I have seen living rooms that look gorgeous without rugs, but we're talking about making a room more inviting, making it cozier. So in my opinion, yes, you can have a beautiful living room or a beautiful room without rugs. You do not need it, but this is definitely a way to make it cozier if that's what you're looking for. If you guys know me, you know how I feel about decorating with books and decorating with magazines. I love to collect magazines. I think that they're a great source of inspiration and a great source of decor. A table is not done, in my opinion, until you add some books on there or some magazines, and then throw a candle on top or any little decor piece on top. Collect magazines that have warm pictures or beautiful art in the front that go with your home decor or your style, and that'll also add a touch of color or warmth to whatever area you put them in. Just like my throws, I really do believe in decorating with throw pillows. I feel like a plain sofa can look very beautiful, but again, we're talking about making a room more inviting and cozier, and I feel like you definitely achieve that by adding some throw pillows in there along with your throw blankets. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I have throw pillow covers. So I buy the pillow insert and then I just have covers for all of them, and I think this is perfect because you can change it throughout the seasons and you don't really have to commit to a certain pillow cover because you can just change it out if you get bored of it. And when it comes to colors, you can add warm colors or honestly any colors you want, but if we're talking about adding warmth, then yes, like the beige colors or the warmer colors. Next we have baskets. I currently have two baskets, one in front of my bed and in my living room. The one in my living room holds my throw pillows and my throws when I'm not using them, and I just think that they add that warmth into the room. They make your mid-century furniture look more kind of farmhouse. I kind of interchange between three styles, kind of vintage, mid-century, and farmhouse. I like the three. I like some more than others. I throw in a lot more of mid-century than I do farmhouse and vintage, but you guys understand like where I'm coming from. I don't like to decorate just everything with one style, and I feel like that's what helps me keep that coziness in my house. So baskets just add that touch. Next, as you guys can see right here in the background, are amber vases. I absolutely love clear vases, don't get me wrong. I have them around my house as well, but I love a good amber vase. I feel like they add, again, that very unique and antique touch to whatever area you put them in, and obviously because of the color, it adds that warmth to any tabletop that you put them on. So any kind of amber vase. I also love amber candles. Next, I have curtains. I like white curtains, but you can go with whatever color you want. You can throw in a nice beige or light beige colored curtain, and they're gonna look beautiful as well. But personally, for my house, I chose white. I got these from IKEA, and honestly, they look a lot more expensive than they are. They also feel a lot more expensive than they actually were. So I really just cannot get enough of curtains. I feel like they add so much more coziness to any window that you put them on. You don't even have to close the curtains. Just leave them on the side and they just finish up the windows. They finish up the rooms. I do not like to add them everywhere. I have black trims on all of my sliding doors, and I like that modern touch, so I don't like to cover them with curtains everywhere. But I have curtains currently dividing my room and my living room, and I think that it just adds the perfect touch, in my opinion. I think that they just make everything, again, I know that I'm saying this a lot, but that's what this video is about. It makes spaces more inviting. You can add any kind of curtain to any room, and I promise you that it's just going to make everything cozier. If you have really tall windows, I think that you cannot go wrong with some kind of curtains to dress up the window. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about, which I've talked about in several of my videos already, so I'm not gonna get too into it, but it is within the realm of curtains, and they are shades, woven shades to be exact. If you guys want to add warmth to your modern houses, I think that woven shades are really in right now. I think that they definitely make any room warmer because of the color, obviously, and because they're made out of wood. They're another perfect finishing touch to your room. If you have very white walls or very, you know, modern furniture, very airy spaces, and you want to add that final touch that's really going to make it warmer, I definitely recommend woven shades. I really do not think that you can go wrong with them. So that is currently everything that I have around my house that makes it more inviting and warmer and cozier, in my opinion. So if you guys have anything around your house that I didn't mention in this video that you think makes your house cozier, let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. And yeah, that is everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video.